Right, so if you see here, right, so we got a sale from chronic yeast infection cures that came from Google, frequency of 1. This has a frequency of 116, and it looks like it's one of those Google categories that you click on to produce uh, more refined searches. Right, yeast infection, more causes, risk factors. All right, what causes recurring yeast infections? We get a sale from that. Do antibiotics cause yeast infections? Recurring vaginal yeast infections, more causes, risk factors. Okay, so all these generated sales for us. Now, upon careful inspection of this, you'll see that causes generated a lot of sales. Right, what causes yeast infections? Yeast infection causes. What causes yeast infections? What causes yeast infection in women? Yeast infection causes. Yeast infections, more causes, risk factors. What causes yeast infections? Cause of yeast infection, causes yeast infections. Right, so all these here relating to what causes yeast infections. So feasibly what we can do is we can just set up a campaign around this keyword here, causes of yeast infections, or what causes yeast infections, and have that run, and the ROI is going to be phenomenal. Now the revenue is not going to be that great. However, your ROI is going to be great, and until one of those undercover profit guys comes along to try to compete with you, you should be cruising along for quite a long time. Not only that, but now this experiment here is lacking in some ways, right? Once you set up a landing page, you should expect your conversions to go up. Just because your landing page, should do its job of pre-selling to the visitor, and if you do a good job of pre-selling, you should increase your conversions by quite a bit, right? And so if you wanted to take this seriously further, what you would do is you would not just rely on these results here, but you would also set up a landing page and test it with extreme conversions to see with your landing page which keywords convert and which don't. Right, so a logical next step would be to set up a landing page for this and to try to hit all the right buttons. Right, so you see here, for example, what causes these infections. That's a hot button for people that people typing that they're ready to buy. So you should try to get into their minds, get into their heads, and try to hit some of these hot points in the landing page. All right, now your landing page obviously should collect emails as well. So you're not missing out there. Another thing that you can and you should do is you should take these long tail key phrases that converts for you and see if you can optimize for them in Google. And let's take this particular one here that gets a healthy number of searches, right? 2, 4, 3, 5, 13, 1. Right, so it gets a healthy number of searches as you see here. So let's take that and let's go to Google and see if we can optimize for it. You actually may be surprised here. I was. So here you see that you only have 9,000 results, right? A bit over 9,000. Not only that, but even more so is that all the pages that are optimized for it, none of them have it, or none of them are really optimized for that key phrase. They just have it in text. Right, so it's not in the title, right? So if you click here, the top phrase, right? It's not in the title, and it's not in the URL, right? So you know that you can, fairly easily optimize a page for it. And let's try another variation of it, what causes yeast infection. And here we go. Screedo shows up here, and it's not even optimized for that phrase. Right, so you can again create a Screedo lens, or however you pronounce it, and optimize it for that particular phrase, and get a top listing in Google. Again, here this is under 10K. So you see here, like we said, the next steps would be to build a landing page and see how the conversion improves or over the landing page, collect emails on your landing pages, do some SEO either by building a mini site and try to get some organic traffic for your landing page, or set up some lenses for Sweeto, or write some articles at Ezen articles, and so on. Okay, so this pretty much wraps it up for this. I'm actually going to provide you with the keywords that convert it for me, so you can make use of them. And if you want, I can show you all the other long tail keywords that that got me traffic but didn't result in any sales. I can show you those now and also include them in the report. And I can also give you my Excel sheet that had my keyword research, so you can see which keywords I used for Google. So you see here, I mean, I got a whole bunch of keywords, information on yeast infections, treatments, yeast infection by itself, chronic yeast infections surprisingly did not yield any, let's see, yeast infection, white rash, recurring. Okay, so all these long tail words led to my site, but they did not. But a lot of them did not generate sales. So what you can do is you can take these and you can add them as native keywords, or you can test them out with your landing page, see how they fare. But anyways, it gives you an idea of the type of people that are coming to your sites, especially on a broad match, what they're typing in Google. Can having lots of yeast infections cause blockage in tubes? Well, obviously that's not going to reduce the sale. Well, maybe, you never know. Alright, systematic yeast infection. Okay, so all these here are some of the things that that we got traffic for. Okay, so I'm actually going to provide you with all that data so you can make use of it. And I'm also going to provide you with the free report on how to do tracking properly manually if you so choose. But again, Extreme Conversion is a great tool that automates the process for you and allows you to, essentially quite easily enter any market, discover the winning keywords, and set up a campaign just based on those keywords, and then move on to the next one, all in just very little time and very little effort on your part. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, drop me an email. Alright, nice talking to you. Take care. Bye.